Alright, what's up YouTube? Hope everybody's doing well. If you guys can tell by the title and the thumbnail, there have there have been some questions and controversy over Rocket League being the hardest game in the world. Now, obviously we haven't had this conversation for quite a while, but with Jinxie, playing the game and bringing some light to the game, it's really made a lot of people question, and even Jinxie himself even stated Rocket League is one of the hardest games out there. Granted, he's played Siege, which is difficult. um but I want to know, first of all, what are you guys' thoughts? Do you guys think Rocket League is one of the hardest games out there, if not the hardest game? Also, watching replay of me and my second team playing together. This is our first league match. We've only played once another time, so good match. But I've been scrolling to Twitter and I've been seeing a lot of posts, and XQC actually responded to Jinxie saying Overwatch was harder than Rocket League. Now, I don't know about you guys. Personally, I disagree. I played what, maybe 6 or 7. I don't even know. I've played a little under 100 hours of Overwatch. I personally never hit a high rank, but it's also not that difficult. I was just playing for the fun. I wasn't really playing to be competitive. I've dropped like over 30 kills in the span of a match. I don't know if that's good or not. I don't play the game enough to know if it's good. But personally, I don't feel like Overwatch is that very difficult of a game. And just like Overwatch, CSGO, Valorant, Siege, Fortnite, which is another game that people are bringing into question, it all has one thing in common, and that's the aiming base of the game. Now, people are gonna say, well, all Rocket League is just car hit ball. But if you play the game, you would know that's not all that it is. There's air dribbles, there's 50s, there's resets, there's backboard defense, there's back post rotations, there's rotations as a whole, positioning, boost management, and that's not even like a fifth of what goes into Rocket League as a whole. But the game is so much more than just car hit ball, and obviously that's like the base what it is. It is obviously car hit ball into net. Obviously that's what it is. But there's so many more things that go into the game. Granted, yes, Overwatch is about abilities, how each player counters each other. Siege is about, using the gadgets that your operator has as a team base to, win. And Valorant, I haven't played enough Valorant to be able to decide, but I know that they have abilities. CSGO is pretty much just raw aim. Probably, I would say CSGO is one of, if not, I would say CSGO is one of the hardest games of all time, because that game is pure aiming. And if you don't have good aim, you're not going to do well. Um, but I'll throw up the clip right now of XQC talking about like Overwatch 2 being the hardest. And he does have some points, but my main thing about people making this argument is they don't have anywhere near close to enough of in-game experience in Rocket League to even be able to make that decision. Because you'd think it's common sense if you're going to make an argument over like whether Fortnite or Valorant is harder. Like you would have at least 1,000 hours in that game to be able to somewhat accurately judge if it's hard or not. And I've been making some arguments, and I even had this like Fortnite pro player who even like said, he made the comment like, dude, all it is just football where car hits ball. It's got to be rage bait. And granted, this is a Fortnite pro, so how much you want to bet? And granted, I don't even know, but how much you want to bet that he hasn't even touched the game? I mean, he probably has never even heard of it, and I don't even know his username off the bat. I'll have a screenshot thrown up, but I don't even know his username off the top of my head. But he has like over 400k earned, I guess, and he's sponsored. So I highly doubt he even knows what the game is without Jinxie, bringing the game back to light. But this video originally was to like talk about the Overwatch, like Overwatch being harder than Rocket League. It's not. Literally, if you want to make the argument that that Overwatch is harder than Rocket League, it's genuinely impossible to make that argument because Overwatch has is its core is the most transferable skill in the entire game. It's aiming. That it literally is right there. Its main thing. Oh, replay one is done. W game. Um, but its main thing is the fact that hold on 1 second. My fault. There we go. Its main thing is aiming. Now, if you go into Rocket League, what is the main thing about Rocket League? Car hitting ball. But it's not that simple. If you've seen anybody, Jinxie, Stable Ronaldo, XQC even played it, Joe Bartolozzi, all these different streamers, they play the game for the first time and they're just driving around. They don't even know how to hit the ball. But you hop into Overwatch 2 for the first time, it's not that difficult. I mean, yeah, you got a lot of you have to learn the abilities, but you can still do something because it's aiming. That's what the game is. It's an aim-based game. Rocket League, unless you know how to hit the ball, you cannot do anything. So bam, right there. That's a perfect representation of why Rocket League is more difficult than Overwatch. Fortnite. Yeah, I mean Fortnite has building, but like let's be real, once you get good at building, if you decide to, it's easy. I mean, granted, yes, pro play is a different level, but so is in every game, especially Rocket League. And like even Ninja stopped playing the game because he couldn't keep up with building, so they literally got rid of building, zero build, and now you don't have to worry about building. Now it's pure aim, which is just like what CS:GO, Valorant, Overwatch 2, COD, all the aim-based games. It's so majority of the games that these people are arguing are all transferable because they have the main core fundamental as aiming. No other game is like Rocket League. No other game has a car that hits a ball. None. And now ranked. Let's talk about ranked. Ranked is interesting for a lot of competitive games because it's very different. I mean, obviously, if you're a pro in that specific game, you're above all other players. But if you know Rocket League, there is low tier pro, there is bubble pro, there is regular SSL, there's low tier SSL, there's mid pro, and then there's high tier pro. 6 different levels within one rank. 6. But you go into Fortnite, you're Unreal, and then you're either a low tier or a high tier pro. I've never seen an in between. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But for any game that I've seen, there hasn't been at least 4 different levels to one rank and pro. There hasn't. I mean, you have Zen, who is a high tier pro. You have Beast Mode and Daniel and Energy as a whole, who's a high tier pro. Then you have people like SSG or Foot Esports, who they're mid tier pros. Then you have people like Mystical, who they're bubble or whatever that area is that you want to call. Then you have Alpha Cap, who is SSL, like mid SSL. And then you have like other regular SSLs who are low tier SSLs. Like I just gave you examples of like at least 4 different levels of one rank. 4. And then, not to mention, you also have DDoSing, which, yes, granted, I know, like, server crashing and all that stuff is a problem in most other games. But then you also have bots who are better than pros. I don't know if you guys have seen the Johnny Boy I video, but they literally had, I don't know who it was, like, Seer or whatever. I can't even remember, but they literally versus KC, who at the time of recording that video, is the number 1 player or team in the world besides NRG. Like, they're the number 1 EU team in the world. And they were struggling against bots. Bots that are keeping up and beating pros. I don't see that happening in any other game. I mean, granted, the one time that I, saw something close to it was Cypher PK, like, having, I don't even know. It's like it was like using Big Bobby AI or whatever. This was like when I was still playing the game, but Big Bobby AI, and he was basically acting as if it was a bot, and it was Peter Bot, but it wasn't an actual AI. That's the thing. It wasn't a real AI that was beating pros. And like you, another thing, the 1v7 that happened with Reddles and all the other streamers, he is a retired pro, which means he isn't even close to mid-tier pro. Not even close. Granted, he still keeps up with them, but he's not even, like, he cannot compete at high level RLCS and continue. He can't. He's retired for a reason. Granted, it was his personal decision, but he's retired. I don't see a single game or a single pro that is retired that can 1v7. 1v7 other streamers. Because keep in mind, streamers are actually decent at aim games because that's what a lot of people play, are aim games. So they're gonna hop in Fortnite and they're gonna be decent at the game, or they're gonna hop in Overwatch and they're gonna be decent at the game because it's aiming. Rocket League, no transferability. It's raw skill. So that's my argument. Let me know down below what you guys think. Do you guys think Frog? I was about to say Frog. Do you guys think Fortnite, Overwatch, or Rocket League is harder? What tier do you put it in? Do you think Rocket League's the hardest game? If so, let me know. Then do you think Overwatch or Fortnite, or do you think Rocket League, Fortnite, Overwatch? Let me know down in the comments. Yeah. And with that being said, boys, appreciate y'all for watching, and see you guys in the next one. Peace out.